Hello. Good morning, everyone. It's great to see so many people in the room curious about what's next in BIM. My name is Marina Korol. I'm an independent information management consultant and an educator. And I work with European and international clients, helping them to implement BIM, information management, and new digital processes. But here today, I am as a part of Building Smart International. So I am a lead of a professional certification subcommittee, practitioner in professional certification program of Building Smart. And over the past year, I had the pleasure to lead a team, to lead a group which developed a new open BIM certification program. That's why I'm talking about today. And before we start, I would like to get to know who is in this room. So, how many of you here are individual professionals? Okay, you work in some companies, but you are here because you want to grow your skills, because you want to advance your careers and to learn more about BIM. Please raise your hand. Okay. And how many of you here represent organizations, companies? How many of you are here like BIM business owners, managers, directors of their companies, those who are responsible for keeping your businesses, your companies competitive, for building teams? If you are an organization, please raise your hand. Okay. Seems that we have representatives of both groups here. And that is great, because exactly the topic of today's presentation, it matters to you all. BIM skills matter. Can you prove yours? And this question may be addressed to both groups, and we'll try to find an answer to this question. Okay, BIM is something very familiar to all of us in this room, right? It's been around for a couple of decades already. There is an incredible amount of BIM knowledge available now. Software applications keep evolving. Now we have a lot of webinars where we can learn about this software. We can get trained in authorized training centers, and TeamCAD training center is just an example. Standards accumulate best practices. There are a lot of BIM standards already developed. Many of them adopted locally or internationally. Also books. I would like to mention just recently released 4th edition of BIM Handbook. A lot of online resources, university courses, communities of practice, Chamber of Commerce of Serbia organizes, hosts regular BIM meetings and other events. So overall ecosystem looks very strong, and there has never been easier to learn BIM. But do you sometimes feel lost in BIM jungles? Okay, your company is not new to BIM, you have already chosen your BIM authoring software, it's okay, your staff, your people are working, but how about CDE? Have you already chosen the software as collaboration platform? Do you use it efficiently? Do you know the answer to the question if our client should deploy CDE, or is it our company should deploy? Or should we do it both for various reasons and somehow coordinate our exchanges? Then interoperability issues. Subcontractors use different software. How can we ensure that everything connects together well? how can we ensure open BIM processes which go far beyond just regular exchanges of IFC files. Then BIM jobs. The recent study of 250 job postings, global postings, identified 35 BIM roles, different BIM roles. And as you see, it goes far beyond from BIM managers and BIM coordinators, as we know. And then BIM standards, data standards, information standards, process standards, dozens of BIM standards already developed. And are you sure that all of the standards relevant to each person working in BIM environment? So to start, that may be pretty overwhelming. And the abundance of BIM tools, roles, standards raises a lot of questions. And even mature professionals, not beginners, ask the question, how do I know I'm really competent? What if I want to be a BIM manager? Which learning path to follow? You know, we recently identified a surprising trend where architects, mostly young architects, want to become BIM managers. It's surprising, but it's the fact. And BIM education market is growing, but are we sure that every training provider can be trusted? And you are lucky having TeamCAD as a training center, but it's not the case with all the providers. BIM job postings very often refer to open BIM skills. And how do I know if I can prove I'm competent? International projects, advertisements invite for international projects. How can I prove I can work there? And the other group of questions coming from business owners, managers, responsible for winning tenders. How do I really know my team is truly qualified? How to hire right people? Which skills are critical? How can we check and prove them? And with the world where technologies are developing fast, where working methods are changing, this all challenges how to keep the skills of my team up to date. And also, how can I prove at tenders, at bids, that my team is capable, that we really can do that in a large project? And especially when there are requirements of open BIM. And this happens more and more these days. BIM mandates in one or another form appear from private and public clients. Public clients cannot require native formats. Public clients require open data, open formats. 57% of European Union municipalities plan to implement BIM in their digital building permitting systems. And very often these systems require IFC models, and they are becoming a standard requirement for this. Also, international projects like Olympics, resources for such projects are looked for in any part of the world, and these works should be done according to standard methods. Public tenders, code checking, digital building permit systems, handover of the project data, digital twins. These use cases more and more require data in IFC format, and these requirements are included in the contract documentation. And now, coming back to the key question of this presentation, can you prove your skills, open BIM skills? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can, with this new Open BIM Practitioner certification. It's important to note that this certification is not for beginners. It's developed for practitioners, for those who are engaged in the processes of production, coordination, and management of information across all the phases of life cycle of built assets. And this certification is for those who have their hands in the software, who is directly engaged in the heart of these processes. So certification is dual, it's training and exam, and it is new. It is developed at the very beginning of this year, and that's why it includes all the latest developments and standards of Building Smart International. Its learning and exam content was developed universal and to be applied globally. It doesn't contain any national standards. It doesn't focus on any specific roles and functions. Now let me illustrate where this new program of certification sits in the whole structure of professional certification of Building Smart. The most well-known program is Foundation Program, and it is now more than 27,000 qualified professionals have certificates of this program. And as you see, it is on the level of knowledge and comprehension, whereas practitioner level is on the top of this Bloom's taxonomy pyramid. It is applied learning and practical expertise for you just to see how it looks. Prerequisites for the certification. First, foundation certificate, verified 2-year experience, practical experience minimum, and then completed training course at a registered training provider. Now let's turn to the content of the program. So before developing learning content for the program, we analyzed regular workflows and looked at the tasks which professionals regularly perform and identified the key skills which are necessary to perform those tasks successfully. And the whole content is structured around Open BIM process, which is about identification of information requirements. Information requirements are identified, then data is produced, validated, checked, and enriched, shared, and all that while supporting wide communication among project participants. Now about data sets. We have developed special data sets for training and certification part of the program. Why it is called light? Because during training and exam you will not have to deal with heavy files, you will not deal with multi-story buildings or complex infrastructure projects. The files are light, and objects belong to different domains. It's building domains, infrastructure, road, there is a part of railroad there. It's used for any role, for those who model, creates data, and for those who coordinate and manage information. And it also works for any country because it doesn't include any building codes. And also several disciplines, architecture, structural, and MEP are included. Now some facts about the exam itself. The exam is online proctored exam. It lasts 2 hours, and exam consists of 12 tasks and 28 randomly selected questions. And exam can be taken within 1 year after the Open BIM practitioner training completion. Now, what is special about this certification, among others which are currently present on the market? First of all, definitely it's the organization behind it. Building Smart is an open, neutral, international, not-for-profit organization. It is a community of chapters, members, and partners who committed to develop, build open international standards to be used in the built asset industry. They are developing standards for buildings and for infrastructure. And about certification itself, Open BIM practitioner is a part of already very well recognized professional certification of Building Smart. What's important, it's designed to comply with ISO 17024 requirements. And these are requirements for bodies operating certification of persons. So actually those requirements are for Building Smart and their chapters conducting this certification. What's important to know that this program completely is very practical, very task-oriented, and it was developed by leading industry experts. Now a bit of geography and status of implementation. So overall, Building Smart is 39 chapters, 43 countries. And with the yellow dots here, I marked chapters, countries where implementation is ongoing. First of all, German-speaking countries, Germany and Austria, they have launched their pilot project quite early. Now it's about 1 year. They have successfully run it, but their program is very, very deeply localized and built according to the standards of the country, mostly Germany. But the content and the program I'm talking to you about, it's an international one, is absolutely brand new, and the status is as follows. China, Czechia, and Spain have already translated the content in their languages. Romania is launching this program this month, as is in international English. We have also Morocco. Morocco, very ambitious chapter. They are going to solve all Africa and part of Middle East. And now, let me summarize. For practitioners, what benefits can get a professional, individual professional, which taking the certification? First of all, it's definitely access to the high-quality learning content, where a person can upskill their knowledge of open BIM standards and verify later their skills for exam. So, which opens very broad career opportunities. So, upskilling and verifying their skills through exam. Employers, companies, that's important that they can verify the knowledge, competences of those people who already work in their companies and the new candidates they are planning to hire. Also, employers can present their highly qualified from this perspective, teams for the tenders, and the staff with certification makes proposals, makes offers to the tenders stronger. And now, if my message resonates with you, if you are ready to start your journey to upskill yourself as an expert in Open BIM and get certified as a practitioner, I recommend you the following. First, explore the question. Now, the last call. If already today you consider yourself as a very qualified professional with skills in open BIM. If you are open, if you communicate a lot, if you share your knowledge with other participants of the market, you can become one of the first certified open BIM practitioners in Serbia. So we can provide an exam for free and exempt of all the prerequisites. So it is doable, but really very limited access. To implement this, contact Building Smart Serbia, and they will review your application, and maybe they will nominate you for this free exam. And now, coming back to the question, ready to prove your BIM skills? Thank you very much, and hvala vam na pažnju.
Marina, how people sitting in the room can get certified as practitioner according to the new program?
First of all, there are very good preconditions. Building Smart Serbia as a chapter exists. So definitely sooner or later, hopefully sooner, it will provide this service jointly with Business Mount International, this certification. Secondly, the training themselves. I believe that, again, very shortly, TeamCAD will propose this open BIM training on the market. So start with my recommendations, learn how it takes. Again, you can take just the whole year before training and after training before the exam itself. So you have everything in hand to have it done pretty soon.
Thank you. Ima li pitanja za Marinu? U redu. Sada ćemo se malo osvežiti uz kafe pauzu. Vidimo se za 20 minuta. Hvala.